flexions with this hand. Make sense? It's the same motion of me leaving, but instead of using my lineal hand, which stays here, 1, 2, because, and 2, good, because most people you know what I'm gonna say. Most people who we know, they're trying to know what's better send the 2 pieces, right? But we practice so much with 1 until we forget that we stale ourselves by practicing with 1. But we can still practice with 1 faster. So we come on 2 because again, we faster. Because I send this hand in the fight. If I send this hand in the fight first, it's already in the fight. It should get to its destination between here quicker. 1, 2, then do it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. So let's go 4 times. Go. My point is, when you're going to start fighting? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You just blocking all day? When you're going to start fighting? At some point, you got to get back in the fight. So if I send this hand here, I say, nah! I'm standing where he once was. Us? He's invading my spot every time he stands on this planet. Eye of the storm? Real quiet, right? We don't need to be running from nobody. Okay, so my point is, I want to put myself in a hiding fashion. What I did is I went towards the first strike because I'm canceling it here. He left this open to strike this to this to this. This. Again, because every time that he moves, I'm making sure that I move with the mover my teacher taught me. Us? Everybody say that. Move with the mover.
Move with the mover.
So I'm gonna let these guys come out here and practice go up ladder 20 and striking, and then we're gonna move on. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody understand what's happening here? Those 2 nerve centers at press point. We'll go over a technique that I call whiplash. Everybody familiar with whiplash? You know the thing that you get from your car insurance? But you understand what I said, right? Whiplash is something that we have that, so this part is very, very vulnerable. Your head sits right here at the top of C4 on the axis. There's very little that keeps your head on this axis, right where my fingers at. So I can do a lot of damage to your head. And sometimes like you're trying to hold it too stiff, you can't hold it stiff in 4 different directions. So whichever way you're holding it, I can go the opposite way. Make sense? And sometimes by holding it stiff, you really make it worse. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit him in the temple, and I'm going to hit him on the side of the jaw. But when I hit him in the jaw, I'm not going to stick it. I'm going to scrape it. And you're going to find out if you do this to yourself, it's a whole different sensation by sending the strike down his jaw than just hitting him in the jaw. Okay? So what I scrape it. Now it's important because I don't want my hand to stay on this side. I want my hands to do this, but on his face, just like that. So I'm going to hit his temple and his jaw at the same time. My hand is still on his temple when I come back and strike the karate. Boss? Now, when I'm talking about this nerve center here, what I want is that when it's stretched out like this, he can take this strike. But when it's bent like this, and this is not a hard strike, this is just me. So when you strike this, just like what we practice in our Kia, it's not even hard, it's just relaxing your breath. Just like, but I'm following, I'm not doing this. Y'all laugh because y'all see that. What I want to do is just drop my weight forward. Us? Well, my hand now is in the fight, so it's easy for me to come up and do my next strike. Every time I hit him in the nerve center and the pressure point. Stomach 25, say it.
Stomach 25.
Stomach 25 is here. You know, we all go to the gym, make the abs, make the abs, make the abs, make the abs. Us? We train that way, right? On your back, on your back. Some of us still doing this in our school. Come on, don't act like y'all always still doing it, right? All right, so, but again, what's important? To train up our students. You can take it. Man up, right? What's the dojo pledge, right? And you stomp it, right? Instead of act like I'm the only one to do that. But my point is, we've been taught to take these kind of shots. But we ain't been taught to take the strike that's just beside the abs. Stomach 25. Right here when I hit him in the side. But what I'm going to do is send it down. Now instead of hitting it with these knuckles, I'm going to hit it with these knuckles. See, he stopped breathing, but you don't understand. My point is when I hit him in stomach 25, I travel my hand to be able to get the next strike. Because stomach 25 is going to make him bend every time. And then I come up and strike this time. So this is how come I go one to another, fight back, fight back, fight back, fight back. So what happens is I expect him to fight back, but he's just not expecting me to stay in the fight. Amen. I'll leave you when I'm ready. Boss?
Push.
You leave him. What for? The 3-foot rule. You shouldn't be having any contact or conversation with anybody closer than 3 feet. Why? Because most human beings' reach is not 3 feet. I don't know why you think you're brave enough to be this close to people having a conversation. I don't know if you ever seen this. Let's talk about Renee. You see Renee? What's happening? His hands are down and it's too close for him to see me through peripheral vision. Peripheral vision is that thing that comes up at the last minute into your sight. My hand is not within his sight range now. 3 feet, he don't have to see it to get hit by it. But beyond 3 feet, he sees this motion. He sees this. He sees my advance. All right? And if he sees it, I can see it. Make sense? So some things that we do sometimes, because we're martial artists. What did you say? I don't know nobody's technique is that good. Stop playing. You can get stabbed, all kinds of things. This is not to say you're not a good martial artist. It's that you are disobeying the laws of science and physics. All right? This is why I say you need to become a martial scientist. Us? Let's take the geese off and put some lab coats on. Us? We walk in the room, the doctor's here, so we can start operating, right? So if you want to have that attitude about your technique that I see dots, I put a couple of dots over here for his stomach 25, right? So I can see where to strike, not just here because those are the abs. I want it on the side. I want to know what I'm doing. Us? And I'm coming my impact. And I do this, and I come and I hit this nerve. If you notice how he turned his face away, you know, I love this because it's real. This is nothing gimmick about it. But if he turns and gives me this, he's I'm going to bust this eardrum. I'm going to remember this side of the nerve. And I'm also going to remember here the side of the neck. He's going to give me something if I know what I'm looking for. What? So you turn away if you want. I don't want to get to the habit of doing this. And he turned over there and I feel like I'd be over here. He's always where I can strike him, always where I can touch him. So he's coming, and I'm taking this and turning. What I want is this, one, two, and I'm coming here, break this, and take here. When I grow this and this at the same time. If you can't breathe, you don't use this arm. Now, nice and slow. 1, 2, pressure point, ribs, down, kick, down, step, march. Everybody see what's happening to this hand? Can anybody agree that this hand is broken? Let's see how it's broken. When I came here and I bridge this hand, I mean bridging by coming in and hitting it back here in the back of the elbow. When I bridge this, people put their hands out to say they face lower to the ground. So I just simply step here. I assisted him over here. Because I'm a nice guy, I let him sit. But when I ain't feeling so nice, I'm gonna put him over there. And I'm gonna step him. So breathe at this hand is working with the body weight is up. Yes? Yes. How much you weigh? 233 pounds, and he broke his own arm. So I want you to start to understand that as we start to go through this type of thing. My company. We're going to hit here at the back of the pressure point. We understand the breaking point. When we say break the arm, we're not talking about going through a bone. Go down. Thank you. When we first say break, we're not talking about going through a bone. What we're doing is going through a nerve that's right here at the back. At the back of the elbow, right on top. If you would, put your own finger back here, right at the top. You're going to find that there's a V right here between the two muscles. I want your thumb to be in between these two muscles. So relax your arm a little bit, and so your finger feels like it's in between these two nerves. If it's over here, it's wrong. If it's over here, it's wrong. So move your finger around so you can feel where it's at. When I hit this nerve, a signal is sent to the brain telling the brain that this arm has been disconnected and it will relax automatically. So when I hit the back of here, his fingers just went limp because if this is a knife or club or whatever, hold tight, and I hit back here, it just pops out. But I don't have to tight. I don't have to try to pry it off over here because this is not the source. The source is back in the back of this arm. So I don't want to hit the funny bone, which ain't so funny when I hit it. Buzz? I want to hit right back here at this nerve. So when I strike here, see, it's a whole nervous thing that happens to the arm. This allows me to come back, put this wrist down here. When I take this elbow and bang it into the ground, this would be concrete. Agreed?
Yes.
Agreed?
Yes.
Good. So if I bang this into the ground, and then I put here for control, put this over here, and put this here for safekeeping, we got pretty much control over the opponent.
Yes.
And we also have the spine that we can work like a marionette puppet once we know what we do with the spine. Agreed?
Yes.
So nerve point should be a very, very important part of everything we do. Taking us into the realm of my beloved teacher, Supreme Grandmaster Dr. Powell, who said that his art of this root is simplicity. Simplicity that leads towards survival. We don't have to be technical. Now we can get a bunch of fancy stuff, but understand that as we move, we're moving in a scientific way, not to break the laws of physics, science, or God. Because remember, it's against the law against God to kill somebody. Let's not get technical, because see, some of y'all got enough technique to do the killing, but you have to know when to mercy and when to stop, when to neutralize, when to control, how far to go. Guns don't kill people.
People kill people.
Martial art don't kill people.
People kill people.
So you guys start to understand who you are in the world. You represent the martial science. You represent your teacher's teaching. Don't get to the point where you start thinking you so fancy until you forget the number before one. None. What? Always understand that we are spirit, we are mind, we are body. No matter what styles we are all those three things all of the time. No one can take us out of that character. You can't change my spirit. You can't affect my mindset. And you surely can't do anything in my body that I'm not allowing to happen. What? You have to remember the real fight, and I don't know how many you've seen and how many you've been involved in, is that at some point, you ain't going to be winning in a real situation. But the mindset is always to control a person's mind and to keep them on focus. Some of the greatest boxers in boxing have been patient enough to wait for you to make a mistake. They're getting punched along the way, but they're not getting hit in vitals. They have a posture that when they're coming forward, it's always protecting their own vitals. But we can't come into the fight like we're the only one fighting. My teacher said that. Remember, you're not the only one in the fight. Respect your adversary. Give him respect. And then that way, when you do become the victor, it's done in a respectful way. It's not personal. What? That's my trust. So the technique is virtually like and then I went down. I made this release when I hit it here, and then because you see his face going to the ground, he reached it. So this is here, but this is here. again, just to give you the technical side, because I really want you guys to get your own charts and do your own little internet research. This point here is called triple warm-up, 10 and 11. Triple warm-up. I don't make up these names, I'm just trying to tell you what it is. Okay? So don't ask me what triple warmer is, but that's what it's called. Triple warmer is number 10 and 11 right here. As I said before, the best way to do it is work on your own elbow until you feel that these two tendons here have divided and right in here. So again, as we start here. When we do this and we don't get what we want, we're going to go under and then turn down. So again, we get a different angle. Because sometimes we grab the arm and we go to break it and we didn't hit it right. So since we're under, we lift our elbow and then we come down. Make sense? Large intensity 18. Say it, please. Large intensity 18. Good. Thank you. Large intensity 18 is really exposed a lot of times. It doesn't have any natural protection. It's the side of our neck. The side of our neck, boxing knows to protect that at all times. He's been taught that from day one. He just because he has to be able to protect it. So large intestine 18, again, if I do this, I see it, it stretches out. But again, if I move to the soft side like this, when I hit here, it's going to hold the point and I'm able to come into the chin. And the same thing that I did from here, now here. Great. So again, I'm not squeezing this like I'm trying to wrestle or steer down. I'm just going to pop this quick. Pop this quick, come down, and hit him again. And where? Tell me. Gallbladder 24. That's it. So it's going to look like it was a friendly fight. But a lot of times when we call a head roll, we are here on this side and then we'll roll here. But when we bring it back on this side, we expose this whole floor down. So it goes back into what I call mission, right? Which is throw,
hands, and eyes.
I always want to be able to do that, so I found myself doing this, and I didn't know this through my little pretty thing, and that's what usually when I'm here, and I'm like, but that's good because what am I doing? I'm knocking the energy out of it. But too many times what we do is this, we knock it out, he's recovering. It takes less than 5 seconds for you to get your breath together and get back in the fight. In boxing, they call it a standing eight. You got hit real hard. Okay, you all right? What's that? Yeah, you all right? Look at me. Okay, we all right? Right, we're giving you time to recover. And if you can't recover in that 8 seconds because you should have recovered in 4, the referee is told that he's not ready. You as a spectator go, oh, he can fight. Let him back in there. Anybody hit you? So you gotta understand, it only takes 4 seconds for him to recover. You cannot allow these gaps to happen. You must be at the end of your strikes. All you know is, oh. Because I'm not allowing you to catch the next breath. Agreed?
Hush.
It's the way I throw the strike. Instead of throwing my linear strike, what I throw is compact strike. My compact strike is you should have lifted. This one's set up already. As I put you in the kidney, which is going to be the knee. Everybody knows we get hit in the kidney and we get the knees. So when I hit you, and I follow you to the floor, oh look at him. Yeah, everybody says, so we start doing things that we know to do. He has to follow pain. Pain is going this way. He's following him. Make sense?
Push.
So I'm going to let you get it. We have on balance in the middle. This is from the body. I like this guy. Imagine about this life. So again, remember it's about placement of my strike.
Push.
Here again, 4 inches. 4 inches from the ankle, right here. It's a set of nerves that will make this foot thing. The leg How much you weigh? 215 standing like this don't feel good. It don't take a lot. If you flat footed, I hit it here. We see it in the MMA all the time. Guys didn't take strikes here, take strikes here, take strikes here, and still fighting, right? But when I hit you here, right here, that's what's going to happen. It's going to make you stand on the blade. So when I hit here and I do this, you go down. And the reason why you can go down real fast is because the nerves are saying, stand up, stand up, stand up. But you can't. Because what's happening is that when I hit this, I'm not going to hit it straight.
5 o'clock.
I told you, I doesn't like anything that's going in that direction.
Yeah, he started. Hey.
So I do what's called a stutter step. And I step.
He started 10 minutes.
This is great for my jiu-jitsu because the stutter steps here and then my Uchimata. Make sense? So why would I try to throw him if I didn't break his position? Right? So I have to get those nerve centers and pressure points that lead to the thing that I'm doing. I love artists who do this with jiu-jitsu is the setup. Say it, the setup.
Setup.
You fight with us, you get set up. Alright? The setup about the initial strike is where I'm going to go. I want you to block this. So I can get this and this and that. I do this because I know you're going to try to defend. But you didn't. Boss, look at this.
Gosh.
I don't know about you, but kneecaps though, they ain't on sale downtown. So my point is you only get 2, and you don't want to blow nobody's kneecap. If I take you out with the style, move the leg back. I'm telling you move that I don't want to move. Look, if I do this, it's so hard to set you up for the throw. I'm not going to try to set your head to leave you on something out. I'm going to make you move this damn leg, and then I'm going to set you up. Make sense? If I step into your zone here, it's easy for me to take it here, over the top of here, here, here. Boss, don't fight back. Don't fight back because I have my hand on this. Boss, you can't breathe here. My people floor is doing this. I'm going to make my fingers touch, but inside his legs. Can't use this side. I'm getting every tendon on this side. But when I turn this, speak up. Now you can, my teacher said, shit that noise. So before I get up, the no movement and follow the pain. Make sense?
Gosh.
And I still in control of his hands. So I put him in his face. I'm still in control of his hand. So I can lift him raise him. Now, and we can start all over. Buzz?
Gosh.
That's my time, Ben. Buzz?
Gosh.
Please remember what Grandmaster Nathan said about us representing ourselves as family together.
Hush.
Respect, man.
Hush.
Some of you guys I haven't
Someone's
seen
here to learn, bro.
in a long time.
Hush.
And I'm asking you to just kind of be quiet because there's more seminaries and we have to show each other more respect. So if you came up to this floor, you came to learn something, you know, we could, that's why he got 3 floors, we could talk about this. We're going to be here a while. I know some of you ain't seen each other in a while, you're excited, you want to talk to each other, but, you know, let's try to give it, because I was very upset when I see people do this to my teacher. You know, he was, as he said, I'm going to do something and I'm going to see who else can go out there and do what I did. But everybody wanted to be a master. See, my intention here today was not to show you something new. That's why
So
I wrote
true.
things specific.
Gosh.
I went into the human body.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to attack you? Another human, not unless you know about an invasion that's going to come. All right? Another human being. He may be bigger than you, but trust me, he has gallbladder 20. Large tested 18.
Gosh.
Right? But everybody want to be a master. But everybody want to be a master.